Have you ever felt like you're holding on by a thread, just waiting for the last leaf to fall? This is a story about that very feeling and how the smallest act of friendship can change everything. In a quiet little town, under the constant drum of cold rain, lived two friends, Amina and Lila. Their tiny apartment was their whole world, but lately it had been shrouded in gloom. Lila had fallen ill, and with each passing day, her hope dwindled. She'd spend hours just staring out their window at an old ivy vine clinging to the brick wall opposite. "Amina," she'd whisper, her voice as fragile as a dry leaf. "When the last leaf falls from that vine, I'll be gone too." Amina's heart ached. She brought Lila warm soups, read her favorite books, and told her cheerful stories, but nothing could break through the despair that had taken hold. Lila just kept counting the leaves. "There were almost 100 a few days ago," she'd murmur. "Now there are only 5 left. It will be over soon." Amina felt a knot of dread tighten in her chest. She looked at the bare, skeletal branches of the vine, and then at her friend, whose life seemed to be fading just as quickly. She had to do something. But what? Telling Lila she was being silly only made her retreat further into her shell. The doctor came and went, offering medicine but no cure for a spirit that had given up. One night, the storm that had been threatening for days finally broke. A furious wind howled through the narrow streets, and rain lashed against their windowpane. Amina lay awake, listening to the tempest, her thoughts racing. With every gust, she imagined another fragile leaf being ripped from the vine. She was terrified that by morning they would all be gone, and with them Lila's last thread of hope. She couldn't bear the thought. When the first grey light of dawn finally crept into the room, Lila, with a weak voice, asked Amina to open the blinds. Amina's hands trembled as she pulled the cord, bracing for the worst. But there, against the rain-soaked brick wall, was a single, solitary ivy leaf. It was dark green near its stem, but its edges were tinged with the yellow of decay. It hung bravely from a branch, clinging on against the relentless wind. "Look," Lila whispered, a flicker of something new in her eyes. "It's still there. I really thought it would be gone by morning. I heard the wind." For the rest of the day, she watched that leaf. And as another night fell and the storm continued to rage, the leaf remained. The next morning, it was still there, and the next. Seeing that one stubborn leaf refused to fall sparked something within Lila. If a tiny leaf could fight so hard to survive, then maybe she could too. "Amina," she said, her voice a little stronger, "I've been a bad girl. Something has made that last leaf stay there to show me how wicked I was. It's a sin to want to die." Slowly, day by day, Lila began to recover. She started drinking her broth, sitting up in bed, and even smiled. The color returned to her cheeks. She was going to live. Weeks later, when Lila was finally out of danger, Amina sat by her bed and confessed. "Lila," she began softly, "I have something to tell you." She explained that the night of the terrible storm, when she feared all hope was lost, she had taken a ladder, her paints, and a lantern out into the freezing rain. All night long, while the wind howled, she had painted a masterpiece on the Walla single. Perfect ivy leaf, so realistic that it had fooled them both. The real last leaf had fallen that night. What Lila had been looking at, what had given her the will to live, was Amina's work of art, her beautiful, selfless act of love. This story reminds us that sometimes hope isn't something we find, it's something we create for ourselves and for the people we love. Even when everything seems to be falling apart, one small act of kindness can be the one leaf that helps someone hold on. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that we hope will inspire and uplift you. Until next time, take care of each other.